Welcome to New Movement Television. We have here with us today Miss Shemica Boyce. How are you?
I'm doing good right now.
I want to thank you very much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. We were just having a conversation in terms of why I became interested in interviewing Shemica. And one of the reasons being is that you could probably see it on her shirt. She has faith, her faith in God, and then she also has her career. But before we get to her career, one of the most interesting things about her, we like to talk about her faith in God. And we can't deny that because she has it on her shirt. But that's a bold statement. I am perfect. God makes no mistakes. Why did you feel the need to buy that shirt and wear that? Why is that?
It's true. God, everything God makes it has a purpose. Whether or not we see it is not up to us. He knows. He makes no mistakes. We might not see the full picture, but it's not for us to know.
It's not for us to know.
Not for us to know.
Really? So
Right.
what do you feel like you have a purpose in life?
I do. Everyone has a purpose.
What do you feel like your purpose is?
Right now, my main concern is my kids.
Mhm.
My purpose is to be a mother, provide.
Okay. Be a mother and provide. How many kids do you have?
3.
3? Good deal. And their names, if you don't mind. You don't have to say them.
Dequan, DeCarlasia, and Jessica.
Okay. Dequan, DeCarlasia, and Jessica. Good deal. How old are they?
6, 5, and 4.
6, 5, and 4? Good deal. Good deal. Now, what do you want for them in life? I mean, you want them to grow up to be, in a certain career or aspire to be a certain person in life?
I just want them to grow up and do better than I did in every way. Like, that's all any parent wants is for their kids to do better than they did, not have to struggle. Life's not easy. Nothing's given to you.
Right.
I mean, now they're gonna have to work for, but I want them to not have to work as hard as I had to.
Okay. What are you doing to make sure of that?
Right now, my main concern is to make them actually focus in school to the point where they learn and they have their education. I don't want them to drop out. I don't want them to be have like a lot of other people that just go to school just to get by, like do enough to get by. I want them to do the best that they can, to be the best that they can. I want them to go to college. I want them to pick a career and go through with it. I don't want my kids to be like, I don't want my daughters to end up pregnant. I don't want my son to end up a baby daddy. I don't want none of that.
Okay. Good deal. So how was it growing up for you? I mean, how was life? Do you think you had a pretty good childhood?
I really can't complain about my childhood. I was adopted, but my adopted parents, they spoiled us, really. They really did. Like, I didn't need I couldn't do everything I wanted to. Like, they were strict. And a lot of my friends that I had growing up, they could tell you, we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't go around the corner. We couldn't walk to the store by ourselves. We couldn't do a lot of stuff. But I respect them for that now. Looking back, at the time I didn't like it. I wanted to rebel against it, and I thought, oh, they're mean. But no, looking back, I thank God for them, for me growing up sheltered like that. Like, I didn't know about a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I didn't know, because I probably would have been a 13-year-old with a baby instead of 18 like I was. Like, I probably would have fell off the wagon a long time ago if they didn't raise me the way they did. I was raised in the church. That's where the faith comes from. From the age of, I can't even remember, we were in Sunday school and the youth choir, Sunshine Band, all of that. Like, we every Sunday, Tuesday, Friday night, like, we were always in church.
So what age were you when you were adopted?
I got adopted. I've been with them since I was a year old, but I actually got adopted at the age of, like, I want to say 7. I was a foster child until then, but I was with the same people.
A foster child?
Yes.
Like, how'd that happen? I mean, like, since you were born?
Yeah, like when we were, like, the adoption process, it takes a while. Like,
right. Okay.
I was with the same family though, but me and my younger sister through adoption, we got adopted at the same time. But
so your foster parents ended up adopting you?
Yeah, they adopted me and 4 other kids, and they had 1 biological daughter.
What side of town did you grow up? I mean, were you born in Chicago?
Yes, I was born in Chicago, and I was raised here. So.
I mean, you know what age you were when you came to Peoria?
A little over a year.
Okay. What side of town did you grow up on?
We started out in the Mayor Manor. Well, what was it called back then? The Warner Home Apartments.
Oh, really?
Yes, we used to stay there. Then we moved up on Nebraska, east side.
How old were you when you moved on to Nebraska?
Like, I want to say about around the age of 7. Around the time they adopted us, we had moved up on Nebraska because we was there for a long time. And then we moved off Nebraska when I was 13 because, yes, I started high school and I was staying over on Central and I went to Woodruff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did you graduate? Good deal. What class? What year?
It was originally supposed to be the class of 07, but I dropped out second semester of senior year, and I only needed 2 credits to graduate. Everyone thought I wasn't going to go back. I was pregnant, and they were yes, she's not going to finish, but I went back and I did adult ed, and I finished, got my last 2 credits, graduated. On my diploma it says 2008, but same difference. Basically,
right. Okay, so you, is that why you dropped out? Because you were pregnant?
Sort of, but no. That was during my rebellious stage where at the age of 17 I moved out of my parents' house because I couldn't take the rules anymore. I got tired of everything being strict. I started rebelling, hanging with a crazy rough crowd and
So it had nothing to do with your boyfriend?
Well, my boyfriend / baby's father or whatever. It did, but it was more so I wanted to get away. Like, I was tired of, I didn't like the fact that I had to literally wait till I was 17 to be able to do anything, to have any privileges to go out with friends, all that. But it seemed like the minute I turned 17 and I could do whatever I wanted, my younger brothers and sisters, they could do whatever they wanted to. And I didn't feel that was fair, so I just,
You were the oldest?
Yes.
But you felt like
I was the second oldest. The oldest was the biological daughter that they had. Oh. Out of the adopted kids, there was 5 of us that were adopted, and I was the oldest of them.
Okay. Did you see a difference in how you guys were treated in that family? Was it the biological child?
Honestly,
male or female?
The biological child, she's the female, and she honestly, we got treated better, and I know she resented us because eventually, like when she was 16, they made her move away because we kept fighting and all that. So they made her move away, and I know that was hard on her. She felt a lot of resentment, and I mean we talked about the stuff.
You guys still communicate?
Yeah, I communicate with all of them. I love all my brothers and sisters, all of them. We might not see eye to eye all the time, but can't nobody say nothing about them, and ain't nobody, you mess with one of them, you mess with all of them. Right. Yes, I got 5 sisters, 2 brothers, we ain't going.
So out of all of your adopted family, I mean your brothers and sisters, how many of them are adopted? How many of them are biological siblings?
2 biological sisters.
That were adopted?
No, they weren't adopted. They got to stay in Chicago. That's another thing. They got to stay in Chicago. My 2 biological sisters, I have 2. Yes, not with the mother. Okay. Not with her mother. They got adopted by my sister because we have different dads. And one of my sisters' grandma adopted her and my other sister, and they got raised in Chicago. They got to stay up there. They were around our biological mother, but she didn't have custody of them. Okay. I got separated and moved down here.
Now, I mean, how'd you get separated out of Chicago and came to Peoria? So they were looking. Your adopted family was looking in Chicago?
No, my adopted family. Well, yes, because my dad on the adopted family, he's from Chicago. My dad got adopted. He's from Chicago. And all his family stuff is up in Chicago. And I guess I got adopted there. But my mom, on the adopted side, she's from here. Okay. So I guess.
Gotcha.
And I was the one out of my biological sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one I got adopted and moved down here. My oldest two sisters, they got to stay together and raised together and all of that. Like, I felt some type of way growing up. Like, why me? Why didn't I stay up there? And
Now they were with who again?
They were with my sister, one of my sister's grandma on her dad's side. Like, me and my two sisters, we have different dads. Mm-hmm. Me and my two biological sisters, we all have different dads.
And their father's mom kept them. Gotcha. You think this affected you in a negative way or a positive way?
It did in a negative way. Actually, I would say both. Mm-hmm. All the stuff that I went through growing up and stuff, it made me the person I am today, and I thank God for some of the stuff that I went through, bad and good, because it makes me the strong person I am today. Like, I can deal with a lot of stuff. Like, people only see what they want to see. They don't see the real struggle. They don't see the real me.
Who is the real you, or who are the real you?
I'm me. I'm like every person. I just want to succeed in life. I just want to be. I don't have to be rich or famous or anything. I just want to be stable and provide.
Well, what do you think people see then? You don't think people see that you want to?
They see, oh, she's a stripper, oh, she does this and that, and oh, she doesn't have her kids all the time, and they see what they want to see.
Right.
They find every negative thing they can, and that's all they want to see. That's why Peoria it's crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I've never known so many people to just hate other people and just want to see other people do bad. If everyone was to just get over themselves and just work together, this town could be like it used to be. Growing up, Peoria wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. It really. You can have your child go outside and not have to worry about stray bullets or people picking them up, snatching them up. You can have we used to go outside, the neighbors would watch us. Mm-hmm. Like, we didn't have to deal with nothing. The stuff now that you can't even let your child go outside without having to worry about, oh, is somebody going to drive by on some stupid stuff and they get shot? Oh, is someone going to snatch my child up? Oh, mm-hmm. Is there a pervert? You can't do any of that now. It's just Peoria has gone crazy. Mm-hmm. That's the best way I can put it.
Well, I mean, why do you think so? What has caused that, though?
Just a lot of people trying to imitate Chicago. We're from Chicago. And, we're gonna do it. Doesn't.
I heard somebody else say that. A lot of the guys or people from Chicago have come down to Peoria.
Yes, they have.
You think that's what it is?
I honestly feel like it's just a lot of imitations, like these gangs and stuff that they got going on.
They're
like,
copying.
Copycat stuff. It makes no sense. Me personally, I'm anti-gang. I don't claim any gang. I don't. I'm neutral, whatever you want to call it. I don't see the point.
Right.
Like, from what I hear, the old gangs and stuff, they're supposed to be ways to help the community. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's just violence and more violence.
You
and more
from
violence.
over there, I'm from here, stuff like that.
You can't come over this end. You from the south, you can't come here. You on here.
You wearing red, I'm wearing
It
blue.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I know.
Like, I truly don't get it.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why.
Do you date guys that deal with gangs, or have you ever?
I don't.
You've never been interested?
I'm not going to say I never have. There was a phase I went through where I went to bad boy. That's where the kid's dad came into the picture. But I want
to understand that. Why is that? Like, why do women like bad guys? Is that associated with masculinity or maybe even sex? You know what I mean?
It's just, I feel like everybody wants to try it. Like it's the turn on to see like the tough boy, I don't know. I grew out of it. That's all I know. It turns me off now.
What made you grow out of it though?
Dealing with stupid guys.
You had to learn in a way.
I had to learn. I was that stupid female who was in an abusive relationship. I was that stupid female who kept getting lied to and kept making excuses for him. Oh, it's okay. He's gonna change. And
for real? After you were probably hit, I'm assuming you would make excuses.
That's why I said I have a lot of friends that are going through abusive situations, and when I try to, they ask me advice, and when I give it, it goes in one ear and out the other. They feel like I'm just preaching to them, but I try to let them know. I'm not saying nothing. I wouldn't tell you nothing. I'm speaking from experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody has their stuff that they go through, but I'm not telling you nothing wrong. I'm just saying, like,
Well, so what
it's
is
easier said than
right.
done to get out of an abusive relationship, but eventually you gonna get tired, and when you just hopefully it's not too late.
Yeah, man. Just put myself out there to the world. I know this is a big risk, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I have any influence on any of you youngsters. Check this out. I got dreams that be more like fantasies, but these dreams will never be realities if we don't choose to change our mind frame for change. Many done tried plenty of time, but it stays the same. We in the world, many people trying to rule, and it's a world war. Right. So what is it that, I'm not saying that this is right for a person to do or a guy to do, well, what's usually the reason behind a guy
Jealousy.
hitting a woman? Right.
Like insecurities.
Mm-hmm. You
like,
see, you talking to that guy, you looking at that guy.
Yes, that's like
you didn't call me, stuff
my
like that.
situation. Like 9 times out of 10, the guy will sit there and start an argument with a female because they're insecure of what they know they doing dirt. Like they accuse you of doing something because they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They want a reason to justify what they're doing.
Right.
They want to start. Oh, well, you're doing this and this and this, so I feel better about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just plain insecure. Like as a stripper, it's hard to keep a relationship because their trust, no matter how much you think you trust that person, they're always going to think in the back of their mind, what is she doing at work?
I mean, can you blame them?
Is she in the back room doing the most?
Right.
Is she,
isn't the answer to that is yes?
Honestly, the way I feel, point blank period, if y'all, okay, you should trust your girl enough to know, okay, she's coming home to you at the end of the night.
True.
She might be in the club, half naked, shaking her behind in front of people for money, but still though, she's coming home to you.
But could you see yourself being in a relationship where a guy is taking care of you and you don't have to do that? Would you be willing to leave that life if a guy said, hey...
I've had so many people offer that.
Uh-huh.
It's just the way I was raised. I don't depend on other people. I can't...
So you would reject that
I have rejected that.
I mean, but was the guy...
I still reject that to
But was
this day.
the guy that was offering that did you have any interest in doing that with him, though? Like, what if it was a guy that swept you off your feet? I mean, is this something that you enjoy doing? I
used to enjoy dancing.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing it for 5 years. When I first started out, it was fun to me at first. Like learning different pole tricks, seeing how much money I can make. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not fun anymore. I guess the difference now is it was fun back when I did it, but I didn't have to do it.
Okay.
Versus now I do it and I have to.
You feel that you have to do that now?
I do because of mistakes I made in my past.
For finances or what?
Finance, just to maintain the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. I mean,
taking trips to overseas.
Yes, my trips are yes.
Man, yeah. I mean, we need to touch bases on that because you do. I won't say you flaunt it, but I mean, I'm a friend of yours on Facebook.
Everybody wants. You don't want to stay in the same place.
Right.
Like, I want to see the world. Like I've never been like. It was my birthday, so everybody, let's go to Vegas. Everyone does Vegas. I want to do something that you don't hear about every day.
Where'd you go?
I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay, how
was that? For 8
that?
days. It was wonderful. It was beautiful.
And you paid for that through your career.
Yes, and it was wonderful.
8 days.
8 days of one. It was wonderful. It was a treat. I felt I deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I go through a lot, so I feel I deserved that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been plenty of birthdays. It's like I haven't done anything. Like why not? I mean, why not?
So what did you do when you were down there? How many friends did you go with?
It was just me and one friend. My only friend.
Okay.
I don't have friends.
It's good that way sometimes.
It is. Less problems.
Yeah, I agree. So how was it though? What you do?
We chilled on the beach. We walked all the sites. We did jet skiing for
real?
Yes, it was wonderful. I don't know why I came back.
I know, right? Jet skiing, huh?
Yes.
Good deal. How was the food?
The food is basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
Coconuts are disgusting.
Are they? You know,
like the coconut when you get the coconut.
Did you have the cracked coconut?
Yeah, they cracked it open and they poured like the water from it or whatever.
You didn't like it?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean,
so what was like a mixed drink that they made?
No, it was just they cracked open the coconut. Yeah. It was juice. I guess they poured water in there or something. Right. And drink it out the coconut. I'm like, it's supposed nasty.
To flavor it. Okay.
It was just nasty.
Wow.
I was like, y'all could have put some Kool-Aid in this or something.
Some sugar maybe.
Y'all know. They could have, but they didn't know.
I know. Wow, that's interesting. So where else have you been?
I just like.
Was that the only spot? I mean,
that was
outside
of the country. Yeah, that was the only major. Like I've traveled to other dance places. Like, I went to Atlanta. I got hired at Club Onyx. I just never went back.
What about Magic City?
I would have went there, but I got discouraged. Like they kept telling me, "Oh, you have to be the best of the best. Your pole tricks gotta be on point. Your booty gotta be this big." I'm like,
that's what they were telling you. What is this, like a phone conversation or?
No, that's what like other girls and dancers and stuff were saying. I'm like, okay, I'll hold off on it because I got discouraged after I went to St. Louis. I went to St. Louis to the Penthouse. Oh, I hate them.
So I mean, what happened?
They told me to tone it up. I was too fat.
Really? How long ago was this? I mean, have you lost weight or something?
No, I actually weigh more now than I did then. Like, I was only like 120 something pounds, and I'm like, the only thing fat on me is my booty.
Right, and that's what. So was it like a club of other nationalities go to? Was it like white guys?
It was. It's more a gentleman's club. Like
it couldn't have been a club with a guy with the brothers at. Okay.
The ones with the brothers up, they were so ratchet, like pink slip and bottoms up. No. Really?
So what made you want to go to St. Louis and dance? More money or?
I just heard like a lot of dance. Like it's just. That we all just talk and community. We just go to different places. Like people keep telling me go to Davenport, Iowa. I'm gonna try there eventually. I went to Springfield to Deja Vu. I've been to Chicago to KOD.
Really? It's like a weekend thing that you.
We either go for a weekend or a week. Just depends on how many girls we going with and split everything and see how long we can get. Yeah, babysitters for like.
So I guess from one viewpoint that would be. A very interesting life to live. It seems like you are living a life in a sense.
It is.
Interesting. Free spirited. Do what you want to do, go where you want to go. So what city did you make the most money in?
Actually, I make more money here. Like, I go...
Really? I mean, on the weekend?
What I found out is, okay, unless you make it to where you go... constantly to these other places, you're not gonna make as much money because they have the girls there. They have home court advantage type, sort of say like they know what they got the regulars that come in. Yes, they got the regulars that come in for them. They know what days to work. Like coming from out of town, you don't know. You just automatically assume, okay, Friday and Saturday we're gonna go in. It's gonna be jumping. It's not always like that. Some like here, I would rather work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday rather than Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
They say, oh, it's slow, but no, it does. It only takes one person. It honestly does.
Right. Whereas that's feeling a certain way.
It only takes one person. Whereas Friday and Saturday, it'll be a whole bunch of people there. It'll be packed shoulder to shoulder, but they're not spending
money. Nobody got no money.
No.
Right. They come in and just have a visit.
Yes, they just come in and party and turn up because it's the weekend. Whereas the slower nights, like Monday and all that, the people that come in there, they come in there to spend money. It's Monday. What else are they? I mean, what's their other? They're in here to spend money.
And you made most money in East Peoria, right?
I made more money here, like between East Peoria and Peoria. Like I've worked at every club in Peoria. I've worked at Elliott's. I've worked at Big Out, the old and new one. Worked at Post. Worked at Cabaret. I even went to Fluffers for 3 days and never woke up.
Which club then?
Huh?
Which club did you make the most money?
The old Big House.
Not the new one?
Not the new
one. Why do you think so?
All the customers say the new Big House, it's not as intimate as the old house. It's too big, too bright, too open, too cold.
Too bright. Yeah, nobody want to go into a bright
exactly. They don't want to go in the strip club and look around and say, hey, there's Billy Joe over there. I wonder if his wife knows he's here.
Right. What's up, man? I feel you. Wow. It's too bright. I haven't been in that one.
it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it's too big for Peoria. It's something that belongs like in Vegas.
Okay, Vegas, really? Not Chicago. Maybe Chicago.
Nah, not Chicago.
So I'm surprised you didn't make that much money, or the most money in Chicago. Or
the thing with Chicago, when I went to KOD, it was a repeat of St. Louis Bottoms Up and Pink Slip. It's a bunch of ratchet females who, it's ghetto. It's just.
What side of Chicago is KOD?
It's on Harvey, like towards Harvey.
I don't know where it is. Is that South Side, West Side, East Side, suburbs?
South.
Oh yeah, and it's ratchet.
West. It's either west. I don't know. It's one. It's
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's ratchet though.
It's ratchet. Like, to me, the definition of a ratchet strip club, any strip club where the dancers are all over the floor, bent over, shaking their booties, and dudes just throwing out. They're just ratchet. If you can't make your money on stage, I feel the same. I'd rather sit there and perform on stage, do my pole work, and actually don't have to do all that much and get my money on stage, or do a private dance, get my money. I don't want to sit there on the floor and sit there competing with all these other girls that's sitting there lined up around and fighting over I literally got into a fight with a girl over a dollar bill in St. Louis because all the girls were lined up. They were all lined up along the tip rail, and all of them just bent over. They so lazy too. They just look like this, just shaking their booties on the tip rail. They just.
And what's that? The tip rail?
Yes, the tip rail, like where the
girls come, the guys
where the customers come and sit along.
Okay.
And they just lined up on there. The dudes just behind throwing money, not at no one person in particular.
Just throwing money.
Yes, and the girls, they sit there like little scavengers in there. I don't get it. I cannot do that. I can't. And then like me and my sister, we went there. We were working, and this girl, she like
your
this
sister?
one straight. Yeah, my sister.
Your sister dance too?
Yes.
Is this biological?
Yes, my biological sister.
From Chicago?
She
was adopted with you.
No, she wasn't adopted with me. That's the one whose grandma adopted her and my other sister, and she stays here in Peoria with me.
Wow.
Now, she moved down here to be.
You spoke about. It took you. There was some point in your life where you decided, okay. Tell me about that point where you decided, I want to dance. I want to try stripping.
Well.
Or professional dancing.
It was basically after. Like I had kept riding past the post sign. It kept saying amateur night, $200. I'm like, okay.
Post was okay.
I'm like, okay. And that was around the time I had just lost another job.
Doing what? What were you doing at that job?
Customer service. Acne.
Okay, cash. Oh yeah, I worked at Acne. Okay.
So I think I had just quit Acne.
And they were paying how much? Minimum?
When I left, minimum base $9.25 an hour.
Okay.
But I had just left Acne, and I had my kids. I'm like, okay, I need diapers, I need this, I need that. Public aid, $461 a month is not gonna do nothing. Anyone who can survive off that, I pay them.
Wow.
I can't do it.
Everybody in the club, step it up, pour drinks in the club, to get on up and say, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go. Hell to the all of what she said, but homeboy in the back to hear her say it and say, hell no, she won't go. Hell no, she won't go. Now it's time to show you how we get down. Blazing up before we hit your town. We dressing up while you dressing down. You're messing up when you out of bound. Frown, cause it's time to shine. Many years ago, I said I for mine. 10 years ago, I was on the ground.